Okay, well, in a few days, actually August 4th, the government's going to have a portal, it means a website, available for you to get your government loan forgiven. You can do it all by yourself, like a magic fairy. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star, poof, and it's forgiven. Actually, it's the PPP loans, the Paycheck Protection Program, which has a forgiveness aspect to it. And the government's so overwhelmed with these goddamn things. And so you got the loan through a bank or a service provider like PayPal or somebody, and so they were going to have to do the forgiveness. But if your loan is $150,000 or less, you could do it yourself right on this portal. Now the portal will be open, like I say, in a few days. It's open. It's there now. You could see it at directforgiveness.sba.gov. Okay, direct forgiveness, and that's there now. But it's only they're testing it, so you have to be invited to use it. So don't worry about it yet. But that's it. But this article at the Washington Post describes what's going on and why they're doing it. So it's going to be starting on July 4th, allowing them to sidestep the private financial institution that ran most of the program for 14 months. Okay, now listen to this. The program gave out $806 billion. No, billion, right, to millions of small businesses between April 2020 and June 2021. The loans were attractive to borrowers because they had an interest rate of only 1% if it was a loan, and forgiveness if it wasn't. So, and so that's what they were forgiving. Most of them. So they want, for people with loans up to $150,000 can go on and do the forgiveness themselves. Everybody's very happy with this, and because the banks don't have to do any work. And they would be screwed. This would be so lame, I think, if they all had to forgive it, because that's a little more than giving the money. Like forgiving the money is a little bit more. So the SBA made it simple and put it on a website, so they have one source for all this kind of stuff, and it's going to be a lot easier as of Wednesday. I think that's the magic day, and actually that's the final day for applying to our grant. So our $1,000 grant at Let's Go Help, that's the last day for the application. And that's for members of Let's Go Help. So if you remember, want your application by then, we're giving out 20 grants. And we did that last month. We'll do it this month. Hope to do it next month too. Business seems like it may be able to do it again next month. So actually, the banks made so much money off the PPP. The banks were paying, SBA paid SBA paid the banks to do the applications. So some of these banks made more money in those few months of taking applications than they did in their entire year, forever. So that's what's so neat about it. So remember, forgiveness of the PPP loan, Paycheck Protection, SBA, is there. If you have trouble with that, you could also go to the SBA.gov and then local assistance, find local assistance. Let me get me out of the way here. So you could go to this portal on the SBA and put in your zip code, and you find all the offices near you that know it. So if you're having trouble with a loan, you want to know something, instead of calling a banker or some hotshot on the internet who's saying they know everything. No, go to the people who give you the money. They know the answers. And here's where to find them no matter where you look. Look at there. There's 50 pages of people that are paid by the SBA to do this. So, you can't get the SBA call in their phone number, call one of the people that get paid by the SBA to do the same thing. And you don't know. You're just calling the SBA. You don't know about it. Did you know LaGuardia Community College Procurement Technical Assistance Center also does this? How would you know? I wouldn't. And I studied this thing. So remember, that's another source. So if you're in the middle of one of your government programs, SBA programs, the EIDL or whatever, and they told me I can't do it, call one of these people. They help you get through it or apply again or whatever the hell it is, okay? And not the sharks on the internet. Well, I got two websites that help people find money and help they want to get out of financial trouble or to do the things they always want to do in life. Buy a house, start a business, get an education, get out of debt, things like that. And I concentrate for 40 years now, or more probably, on finding free sources of money. These are government grants or nonprofit organizations. So I have two services that help people do this. One is called letsgohelp.com. And this is a closed Facebook group, where we help each other. And I do the research. When you ask a question, you can ask me a personal question, and you start a discussion that tell me what you need money for, and I do my research to find you the best possible sources of government programs or nonprofit organizations that will help you solve that financial problem. So that's $20 or $19.95 a month. But if you don't want to join anything, and there's a lot of people like that, I understand. I have another service for only $5.95, and this is where you could download a report of all the sources of money and help in your state for your problem. So if you have a financial problem, paying bills or debt and things like that, for $5.95, you download a report of the name, address, phone number, and video instructions of how to contact these people and how to apply for their money to solve your financial problem with debt or credit card, things like that. Then there's another report for every state on starting a business, a nonprofit, or invention, or working on your crazy idea. And then also how to get a higher paying job. This is job training money, education money, college money, things like that. And what remember, they're just places in your state. That's where the action is. Okay, then there's for health care, dental care, prescription drugs, and even pet care. And then there's free consultants in every state, mentoring, consulting, research, legal advice, things like that. And then real estate, you want to buy a house, rent a house, you got to pay your bills for mortgage and rent, things like that. And then about a dozen or 24 places in your state that give you free legal help. So all those reports are available on letsgoreports.com. So that's two places. Maybe I can help you there. If not, just watch the videos on YouTube, and that gives you links to go get it yourself. The biggest problem is you have to know it's there. That's what I do, and I've been doing it for 50 years, and I hope I have about 15 more.